Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026, and I am blessed and grateful to the good Lord for giving me that wake-up call this morning and giving me that precious gift of tomorrow. Not everybody went to sleep last night with the guarantee or the promise that they'd be waking up the next day and receiving that precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call. So I, for one, am most definitely blessed and feel grateful to the good Lord for giving me another day here on earth and getting to enjoy another day of fantastic, warm, beautiful weather here in Tampa, Florida. God is good. God is great, always and always. And I'm thankful for having Jesus Christ in my life. I love Jesus Christ and I love the Lord. Jesus Christ is my Savior, my Redeemer, and my Advocate. And I am thankful for having Him in my life as well. I'm sitting outside here at my usual spot at the Circle K at my normal pump, and there's only one other person pumping gas. They just finished pumping gas. And I've got some hope for seeing the next full moon, which is going to be at its peak fullness at 10 p.m. Wednesday night, April 1st. But the sky is very clear tonight, and I'm hoping to be able to see if I can turn this camera around. It's not full, of course, but see the tree and the two lights just above that? That's the moon, and it's almost at its peak fullness. So I'm hoping the sky is equally clear Thursday morning when I wake up, so I can see the next, which is the pink full moon. I'm hoping the sky is clear anyway. But if I don't get to see it, at least I got to see nearly a full moon this morning, which it's so beautiful. I'm going to turn it back so you can see it again. Isn't that something? Well, it's going to be beautiful if I can see it Thursday morning. Just as clear. Hopefully it's up in the sky higher too. It's hard to tell about that part, but if the sky is just as clear, I'll be happy. Thursday morning. But anyway, the time right now is 5:41 a.m. and according to that website, weather-atlas.com, the sun will rise today at 7:23 a.m. So that's 1 hour 42 minutes from now. And the sun will set this evening at 7:45 p.m. So today, Tampa will enjoy over 12 hours, 22 minutes of daylight. I had just a fantastic day yesterday. Enjoyed wonderful weather. It wasn't quite as gusty as the weather prediction said it would be. Sunny skies, mostly blue skies, not much clouds in the sky. And just I made some great money also on top of all that good fortune. So yesterday was just fantastic. I didn't enjoy the Polynesian sauce on my eggs, so I can't recommend that. If I put any sauce on my eggs, it's going to be ketchup. I like ketchup on my eggs, and that's about it. When I took a bite, I didn't cover my eggs with that Polynesian sauce. I just dipped it in. I cut off a little bit of my scrambled egg and I dipped it in the container. Didn't care for it. So I'm glad I didn't decide to spread it all over my eggs. I would have ruined my eggs. But at least I know now I don't care for Polynesian sauce. I looked into it further, and I guess you're just supposed to dip your breakfast burrito in there. I don't think I would enjoy that either. I like ketchup. Ketchup's fine with me. I've had it on burritos. I've had ketchup on burritos, hot dogs, hamburger. I like it on that kind of stuff, and eggs, of course, but I don't care for sweet sauce, and that Polynesian sauce is more sweet than anything. Don't care for it. And I just remembered I had an unfortunate thing happen to me yesterday. Unfortunate for the squirrel, I should say. It was after my second or third delivery, and you know how these squirrels are. They'll dart out in the road and then dart back and then go back and act like they're going to cross the road and then run out of the way of your car. Well, I play this little game with squirrels where I act like I'm going to try to hit them with my car. I never do. You know, they're so damn quick. And I'm really not intending on hitting any squirrels with my car. It's just a little game I play with them. Well, yesterday morning, I was leaving my second or third delivery. I was still in the lady's neighborhood, and of course these squirrels are out they started out in the yard to my right, playing, chasing each other, and then one acted like it was going to cross the street up ahead of me. It was about 200 or 300 feet ahead of me, acted like it was going to run across the street. Then it didn't. It went back in the yard for a little bit and played with its squirrel friend. Well, as I got closer, it did that again. It ran out into the street, almost entirely across the street, and then ran back, stayed in the roadway, and then I did that little game I play. I'm going to hit you with my car, and I don't want to hit it with my car. It's just a thing I do. Well, I'm not going fast at all. I'm going about 15, 20 miles an hour through this neighborhood. Well, the damn squirrel ran back out, and I slowed down at that point because I was concerned about hitting it. I didn't really want to hit it. Well, it ran back out into the street, went clear on the other side of my car, so it was out of the way, and then it ran back under my tire, and I'm certain that I hit it with my car. That this is a squirrel. 90% of that is the squirrel's fault, and 10% of it is mine. I could have came to a complete stop and avoided hitting that squirrel, but unfortunately that squirrel was playing a game and it lost. 90% of that problem is a squirrel problem, and 10% of that problem is a me problem. I'm still feel bad about running over that squirrel and killing it, but I gave that squirrel a lot of opportunity to get out of the way, and it chose to run under my tire. So I feel sorry and I feel bad for killing that squirrel, but for the most part it was unavoidable. Unless I came to a complete stop is the only other way I could have avoided killing that squirrel. But I'm still sorry. I'm still sad and sorry about it, but I don't think I'm to blame for killing that squirrel. I looked back after I drove over it. I felt a little bit of a bump, when I went over the squirrel, and I assumed I would see it flattened in the roadway. I didn't see it, so there's a very slim possibility that it just kind of like hit the underside of my car and just kind of got grazed and then ran off. That's a less than 1% probability of that, but there's a small chance it survived somehow, but I didn't see it in the roadway. I didn't see a flattened squirrel behind me when I drove off in any event. That's the only time I can remember hitting an animal and killing it. That was a first for me. Happened yesterday after dropping off food for one of my customers. I went into the app last night to record all the tips that I received for yesterday, and I wrote down the results of the survey, and it looks like I got some more responses to my service yesterday, thankfully. I reminded all my customers, every single customer in some fashion, I reminded them about the survey and told them I'd really appreciate feedback on my service and how much I enjoy reviewing that in the evening. I told them. I didn't tell them all that part, but I told some of my customers. I get back to my place and I look over my service, and I like getting feedback from them. So this is as a result of Saturday's deliveries I completed on the 28th of March. All of my number, I got 6 upvotes, so it looks like I got 2 people responded to the survey. One of them gave me high marks in being friendly. Both of them gave me high marks in being friendly. That metric went up by 2 to 638. But then the other customer didn't think. The other customer, I'm phrasing this wrong. One customer only marked me as a friendly delivery driver, and they gave me low marks in the other 4 metrics. And then the other one gave me high marks in all metrics. The other one said I was delivered with care, I was friendly, quick and efficient, a good communicator, and perfect handoff. Those all went up by 1, and the friendly score went up by 2. So now I'm at 719 delivered with care customers. I now have 638 people said I'm a friendly delivery driver. I have 626 people said I'm quick and efficient. I have 620 people said I'm a good communicator. And now I have 598 people said I delivered with a perfect handoff, which is still an every opportunity for me. So I'm getting very close to breaking the 600 mark with perfect handoff. I also checked on the Powerball results for last night. Here goes my ticket I bought for the drawing that was held last night, the 28th of March. And I didn't hit a single number. The number that came in was 11, 42, 43, 59, 61, and the Powerball of 25. And according to that Powerball website, not a single person hit the numbers last night. And the jackpot for tomorrow, Monday night, the 30th of March, is up to 180 million. And I also went in this morning, I didn't do this last night, but this morning I went into AAA and Gas Buddy to find out about gas prices this morning. And gas is still, at this Circle K, is still at $3.86. It was $3.89 Friday morning. It went down 3 cents yesterday morning to $3.86. It's still at $3.86 for the low grade gas, 87 grade. That's if you pay by cash. It's 10 cents more if you pay by credit or debit card. But according to AAA and Gas Buddy, the average price of gas in Florida and the United States has went up in both those places. It's went up in Florida by a penny this morning to $3.94, and it's went back up to where it was Friday morning. Friday morning it was at $3.98. It went down a penny yesterday morning. Well, it's back up to $3.98 this Sunday morning. So this Circle K is better than the Florida state average by 8 cents. And it's better than the national average by 12 cents. So it's still possible and likely, I should say, that the average price of gas will be at $4 or higher by Wednesday morning, the 1st of April. I went in, I also wrote down what that website, weather-atlas.com, had to say about Tampa's weather today, this 29th of March, Sunday. And this is what they wrote that I can expect for weather in Tampa. It said Tampa will have patchy clouds move across the sky, allowing for sunshine at times. Expect a high of a warm 82 degrees, so it's going to be a good bit cooler than it was yesterday, and a low of a breezy 64 degrees. Now, it's fair to say it's going to be a breezy 64 degrees today, because winds are going to be out of the northeast at 16 miles an hour. If that's true, I should say. If the winds do get up that high, we can say it's going to be a breezy 64 degree low temperature today in Tampa. Expect a humidity of 64% and probability of 12% rain here in Tampa, Florida, precipitation. I also went into the YouTube page Fox 13 Tampa Bay. I didn't ask Meta AI about the weather today. I only went into 2 resources to find out about the weather. But on Fox 13 Tampa Bay, meteorologist Nash Rhodes was on there. He says this weekend in Tampa we'll see temperatures at least 6 degrees warmer than average typical Tampa weather for the last part of March. Expect a high of 80 and a low of 67 overnight going into Monday morning, Nash Rhodes said. He said Sunday will start off mild with calm winds and no rain all day, but that the winds will build as we go through the day on Sunday, Nash Rhodes said. And we expect to see more turbulent weather on Monday and Tuesday as a result of the cold front that's going to pass through later on today. But today will be bringing much more breezy wind as we go into the afternoon with easterly winds from the ocean going into the Gulf of America. And this morning I went, because it's Sunday, I grabbed this Monster Rehab Revive, Refresh, Recover. I grabbed the green tea flavor of that Monster Rehab. See that green tea? And of course I've been inside already, and I got my free cup of ice in my Wawa cup. You see that goose on there? I left more room this morning for my green tea. And with today being the 29th of March, and this can saying F2518, F is the 6th letter of the alphabet. So this can was made June 18th of last year. So this can is 9 months old, I believe. You got July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I think that's right. Yeah, this can is 9 months and 11 days old. 9/11. I'm gonna go ahead and get it cracked open and poured out here and get started on it. This is my favorite flavor of the Monster Rehabs that are available to me. They've got, I've only been able to find 4 flavors. This green tea, the peach, the tea and lemonade, and the wild berry. But this green tea continues to be my favorite flavor. It's the most agreeable one for me. I'm gonna make sure I put that lid back on there. I don't want to make a mess in my car. I haven't spilled anything in my car that was my fault, at least. I've had some restaurants pack drinks poorly and pack food poorly, and that's resulted in some stains on my passenger seat, but I haven't spilled any of my drinks. I don't eat in my car, but I drink in my car, and I haven't spilled any of my drinks, fortunately, yet. Oh, something else that's fortunate that happened for me yesterday. I hit 20 customers yesterday, which means I had 120 deliveries this week, I should say. I've completed 120 deliveries, so I had an extra $245 added to my pay for my deliveries yesterday. So had a fantastic day, just a beautiful day all around. And I'm happy that I hit I made my quest. I completed that quest, and hopefully they're going to do another quest next week. I'm sure they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. But with those 20 customers, I did that in 17 trips. So I had several single deliveries yesterday. I assume as much. I started out the day picking up food. I picked up breakfast for Daniela. Daniela wanted Einstein Brothers bagels on East Fowler. Daniela was very overly generous and tipped me $6 through the app. And so I was scheduled to make $8. Her fare was $2, and she tipped me $6. So I was scheduled to make $8. I say scheduled because after an hour later, once the tip and delivery was finalized, I found out that she added $4 more to my tip. So she actually tipped me $10 for delivering that Einstein Brothers bagels. Thank you so much, Daniela, for the overly generous and more than I could expect $10 tip. I really appreciate that. So I actually made $12 for delivering Daniela's Einstein Brothers bagels. Thank you so much for that, Daniela. And you helped me complete my quest for the week. So I appreciate that also, Daniela. You helped me make an extra $245 this week. After dropping off Daniela's Einstein Brother bagel order, I went on another single for Sarafa. Sarafa wanted donuts and coffee from the Dunkin' Donuts on East Fowler. Sarafa tipped me $3.16, and I earned a fare of $2, so I made $5.16 for delivering Sarafa's Dunkin' Donuts order. Thank you for the $3 tip. I really appreciate it. And thank you for helping me complete my quest of 120 trips this week, Sarafa. After Sarafa's Dunkin' Donuts drop off, I went on another single for Tyler. Tyler also wanted donuts, but he got donuts from the Krispy Kreme on Florida Avenue and Fairbanks Street. Tyler tipped me $6.04, and I made a fare of $4.98. So I made $11.02 for delivering Tyler's Krispy Kreme order. Thank you so much, Tyler, for the fare, nearly $5 fare, and the over $6 tip. I really appreciate that, Tyler. Thank you so much for that. You were kind, generous, and thoughtful. After dropping off Tyler's Krispy Kreme order, I went on trip number 4. Was for Dan. Dan tipped me $5.50, and I earned a fare of $2 for his Chick-fil-A order. I picked up Chick-fil-A from the Bruce B. Downs location. I made $7.50 for Dan's order. Thank you, Dan, for the $5.50 tip. I really appreciate that, Dan. After that, I went on trip number 5, was for Amanda. Amanda had a Smoothie King drink to be picked up from the Smoothie King on Bruce B. Downs. Amanda was generous and tipped me $4.76. For that Smoothie King order, and I earned a fare of $2.52. I made $7.28 for delivering Smoothie King for Amanda. Thank you, Amanda, for that so much. Thank you for the generous $4.76 tip. Then I went on another single. Trip number 6 was a single for Jerry. Jerry wanted Zios New York Bagels and Deli Company on Bruce B. Downs Boulevard. Jerry tipped me $3 and I earned a fare of $2, so I made $5 for delivering that Zios order, Zios New York Bagels and Deli Company. Thank you, Jerry, for the $3 tip. I really appreciate that. After dropping off Jerry's order, I went on another double. I went on a double. I haven't had a double yet. I keep looking at trip number 3 thinking that was a double because I wrote Florida and Fairbanks, but this is the first double of the day, yesterday. I did a double for Avery and Anna. Avery had a grain and berry order to be picked up at the Hunter Ridge Road location, and Anna wanted breakfast picked up from Eggtown on Preserve Parkway. Anna and Avery were generous and tipped me $6 and a penny, and I earned a fare of $5.23. So I made $11.24 for delivering that double for Avery and Anna. Thank you so much, Avery and Anna, for that double, and a fantastic paying double. $11.24 was a great earnings for a double, and that might have been my best paying. No, that was a good paying run, but it wasn't my best delivery of the day. After dropping off Anna's Eggtown breakfast order, I went on a single for Tyann. Tyann wanted Island Crew Restaurant and Catering Services on Hillsborough. I've never been to that place before, unless it's a place that's changed their name in their profile for Uber Eats. I've never been there before. I would have remembered writing that down. I would have remembered writing down Island Crew Restaurant and Catering Services. So that's the first time ever been there, and I don't remember being in that restaurant before. It had it was an unfamiliar environment for me, so most likely I've never been there before. But for delivering Tyann's order from that place, I made a fare of $3.58, and Tyann tipped me $4.46. So I made $8.04 for delivering that order. Thank you so much for the business and the tip, Tyann. I appreciate you so much. You were kind, generous, and thoughtful. After dropping off Tyann's order, I went on trip number 9 for Andre. Andre tipped me $4 and I earned a fare of $3.09. I made $7.09 for delivering Andre's box of Cubans order from Dona Michelle Drive. Thank you for the generous $4 tip, Andre. I appreciate you, and you got me to my 120 delivery goal for the week. So I appreciate that also, helping me earn an extra $245 this week. Thank you, Andre, for that also. After dropping off that order, I went on trip number 10. This was a trip order for Morgan. Morgan wanted Drip Lutz Botanical and tea. Drip Lutz Botanical, tea, kava, and more. I thought I had been to this particular place before because I remember picking up a Drip Lutz Botanical order, but I didn't remember it being set up like that inside. And I don't remember it being in that sort of a location. So I asked the lady in there, I said, are there more of these Drip Lutz Botanical places in Tampa? And she said, yeah, there's a few of them. There's one in St. Pete, and she named off 2 or 3 others other than the St. Pete location. I said, well, the reason I'm asking you is because I remember being in a place called this. I remember being in a Drip Lutz Botanical store before, but it wasn't set up like this inside. She said, well, it was a different location then. So that all made sense to me once I had that conversation with that associate inside. But Morgan tipped me $3 and I earned a fare for picking up a $2 fare. So I made $5 for picking up those drinks for Morgan at the Driplets Botanical, tea, kava, and more from the State Road 54 location. Thank you, Morgan, so much for that. I appreciate you, Morgan. Then I went on 2 more singles in a row. Leanne tipped me $2 for picking up First Watch from State Road 54. Thank you for that, Leanne. And trip number 12 was for Manny. Manny tipped me $5 and I earned a fare of $4.58 for picking up Manny's Michi Ramen on Highwoods Preserve. I made $9.58 for picking up that order for Manny. Thank you, Manny and Leanne, for those tips and your kindness and generosity. Then I went on a double. I had 3 doubles yesterday. Yeah, that makes sense. I had 3 doubles and the rest were singles because I had 17 trips and 20 customers. That all makes sense to me. Trip number 13 was a double for BJ and Michelle. BJ had Firehouse Sub sandwiches on Bruce B. Downs order, and Michelle wanted Panera Bread on Willett Way. BJ and Michelle, they tipped me $8.34 and I earned a fare of $7.67, so I made $15.10 for picking up that double for BJ and Michelle. That was a fantastic paying double. Thank you so much for the overly generous $8.34 tip, BJ and Michelle. I appreciate you so much for that. Then I went on 2 singles in a row. 14 and 15 were both singles. I'm having a hard time making out the name of this customer. Laws, looks like Laws. So Laws and Daniel tipped me $6.67 and I earned a fare of $2. So I made $8.67 for. No, I'm screwing this up. These are both singles. Laws tipped me $6.67 for his Smoothie King on Bruce B. Downs. And Daniel tipped me $4.67 for the McDonald's order I picked up for him from the State Road 54. Thank you so much for those tips, Laws and Daniel. I appreciate the both of you. Then I went on a double. Number 16 was a double for Gina and Aaron. Gina had a China 1 order to be picked up from the Bruce B. Downs location, and Aaron wanted Michi Ramen on Highwoods Preserve. Aaron and Gina tipped me $9.74 and I earned a fare of $10.08. This was my best paying trip of the day, this double. I made $19.82 for picking up that double for Aaron and Gina. Thank you so much for that overly generous $9.74 tip, Gina and Aaron. I appreciate the both of you very much. After dropping off Aaron's order, I went on the last trip of the day, which got me to my goal of 120 trips. Victoria had a Dunkin' Donuts order to be picked up on Kennedy. Victoria was generous and tipped me $4.47, and I earned a fare of $3.58. So I made $8.05 for delivering Victoria's Dunkin' Donuts order. Thank you so much, Victoria. You helped me earn $245 yesterday, added to my pay, on top of already great pay I earned yesterday. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I hope you all are having a fantastic weekend like I am. God bless you all. I want to remind you that any struggles you're having, big or small, if you believe in God and trust in God and love God, He will answer your prayers if you ask Him for help with these problems. It might be bills, debt, significant debt that you're in that you just can't figure out a way to pay off. Drug addictions, if you're hooked on methamphetamines, prescription medicine, marijuana, alcohol. If it's a food addiction, if you can't stop eating sweets and you're eating too much, if you need help with that, smoking tobacco, if you want to quit smoking tobacco and the nicotine has just gotten a grip on you, alcohol addiction, if you're a horrible alcoholic like I am, If you believe in God and ask God for help with these problems, He will give you the strength in time to quit these horrible addictions. If you talk to God about your problems and pray to Him about these problems, He will give you the strength to quit drinking alcohol, like He's helped me quit drinking alcohol. It's been since September 1st of 2022 since I've had any alcohol at all, and it's because God gave me the strength to quit drinking, and I owe that entirely to God's love. Because I trust in Him and I love Him, He gave me the strength to quit drinking alcohol, and He will do the same for you. I know this is the truth. I'm going to get off here and get into the McDonald's and enjoy another wonderful big breakfast with 3 pancakes, scrambled eggs, a sausage patty, hash browns, coffee, and a biscuit with strawberry jelly on it. That's pretty much all I've got planned for today, is do some more Uber Eats deliveries, enjoy a wonderful breakfast, and possibly get my hair cut. My hair is getting awfully long, so I'm going to possibly budget some time in my day to get my hair cut. It's that time. It's time for another haircut for Charles. God bless you all. I hope you are having a blessed weekend like I am. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Goodbye for now.